남규태방송 시청자 여러분 안녕하십니까. 오늘은 2023년 4월 18일 화요일입니다. 현재 시간은 오후 2시 28분입니다. 남규태방송 성경공부 영문 429회 방송을 시작하겠습니다. 성경은 창세기 11장입니다. 창세기 11장부터 영문으로 읽겠습니다. 발음이 좀 틀리게 되더라도 이해해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. Now the whole world had one language and a common speech. As men moved eastward, they found a plain in Shinar, and settled there. They said to each other, "Come, let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They used brick instead of a stone and tar for mortar. Then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name of ourselves and not be scattered over the face of the whole earth." But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower that the men we are building. And the Lord said, "If as one people are speaking the same language, they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their languages, so they will not understand each other." So the Lord scattered them from there over all the earth. And they stopped building the city. That is why it was called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of the whole world. From there the Lord scattered them over the face of the whole earth. This is the account of Shem. 2 years after the flood, when Shem was 100 years old, he became the father of Arphaxad. And after came the after of Arphaxad, Shem lived 500 years and had other sons and daughters. When Arphaxad had lived 35 years, he became the father of Shelah. And after came the father of Shelah, Arphaxad lived 403 years and had other sons and daughters. when Shala had lived 3 years, he became the father of Eber. And after became the father of Eber, Shala lived 503 years and had other sons and daughters. When Eber had arrived 34 years, he became the father of Peleg, and after they became the father of Peleg, Eber arrived 430 years and had other sons and daughters. When Peleg had arrived 30 years, he became the father of Lo. And after he became the father of Lo, Peleg lived 209 years and had other sons and daughters. When Lo had lived 32 years, he became the of Serach. Lo lived 207 years and had other sons and daughters. When Serach had lived 30 years, he became the of Nahor. Serach lived 200 years and had other sons and daughters. When Nahor had lived 29 years, he became the Terah. Nahor lived he became the father of Terah, and after he became the father of Terah, Nahor lived 119 years and had other sons and daughters. After Terah had lived 70 years, he became the father of Abraham, Nahor, and Haran. This is the account of Terah. Terah became the father of Abraham, and Nahor, and Haran, and Haran became the father of Lot. While his father Terah was still alive, Haran died in Ur of the Chaldeans in the land of his birth. Abraham and Nahor both married. The name of Abraham's wife was Sarah, and the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah. She was the daughter of Haran. The father of both Milcah and Ishaq. Now Sarah was barren. She had no children. Terah took his son Abraham, his grandson, lost son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, the wife of his son Abraham, and daughter, and together they set out from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to Canaan, but When they came to Haran, they settled there. Terah lived 205 years, and he died in Haran. The Lord had said to Abraham, "Leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse, and all peoples on earth will be blessed through you." So Abraham left as the Lord has told him, and Lot went with him. Abraham was 75 years old when he set out from Haran. He took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, all the possessions they had accumulated, and the people they had acquired in Haran. And they set out for the land of Canaan, and they arrived there. Abraham traveled through the land as far as the site of the great tree of Moreh at Shechem. At that time, the Canaanites were in the land. The Lord appeared to Abraham and said, "To your offspring I will give this land." So he built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. From there he went on toward the hills east of Bethel and pictured his tent with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. There he built an altar to the Lord and called on the name of the Lord. Then Abraham set out and continued toward the Negev. Now there was a famine in the land, and Abraham went down to Egypt to live there for a while because the famine was severe. As he was about to enter Egypt, he said to his wife Sarah, "I know what a beautiful woman you are. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, 'This is your wife.' Then they will kill me, but will let you live, saying you are my sister, so that I will be teached well for your sake, and my life will be spared because of you." When Abraham came to Egypt, the Egyptians saw that she was a very beautiful woman, and when Pharaoh's officials saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh, and she was taken into his praise. He treated Abraham well for her sake, and Abraham cared sheep and cattle, male and female donkeys, mammal or manservants and maidservants and camels. But the Lord inflicted serious diseases on Pharaoh and his household because of Abraham's wife Sarah. So Pharaoh commanded Abraham, "What have you done to me?" He said, Why didn't you tell me she was your wife? Why did you say she is my sister, so that I took her to be my wife? Now then, here is your wife. Take her and go. Then Pharaoh gave orders about Abraham to his men, and they sent him on his way with his wife and everything he had. So Abraham went up from Egypt to Negev with his wife and everything he had, and Lot went with him. Abraham had become very wealthy in livestock and in silver and gold. From the Negev he went from place to place until he came to Bethel, to the place between Bethel and Ai, where his tent had been earlier, and where he had first built an altar. There Abraham called on the name of the Lord. Now Lot, who was moving about with Abraham, also had flocks and herds and tents. But the land could not support them while they stayed together, for their possessions were so great that they were not able to stay together. And quarreling arose between Abraham's herdsmen and the herdsmen about Lot. The Canaanites and Perizzites were also living in the land of that time. So Abraham said to Lot, let's not have any quarreling between you and me, or between your herdsmen and mine, for we are brothers. Is not the whole land before you, rest but company. If you go to the left, I will go to the right. If you go to the right, I will go to the left. Lot looked up and saw that he heard a plain of the Jordan was well watered, like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt toward Jordan. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So Lord chose for himself the whole plain of the Jordan and set out toward the east. The two men parted company. Abraham lived in the land of Canaan, while Lot lived among the cities of the plain and pitched his tent near Sodom. Now the men of Sodom were wicked and were sinning greatly against the Lord. The Lord said to Abraham after Lot had parted from him, lift lift up your eyes from where you are and look north and south, east and west. All the land that you see, I will give to you and your offspring forever. I will make your offspring like the dust of the earth, so that if anyone could count the dust, then your offspring could be counted. Go work through the ranks and breeds of the land, for I am giving it to you. So Abraham moved his tent and went to live near the great tears of Mar, the Mare, 모래, 마무레 at Hebron, where he built an altar to the Lord. At this time, Arab Amraphel, king of Sinner, Arioch, king of Elazar, Kedorlaomer, king of Aram, and Tildar, king of Goim, went to war against Bera, king of Sodom, Bersha, king of Gomorrah, Sina, king of Admah, Shemeber, king of Zeboim, and the king of Bera, that is Joah. All these little kings joined forces in the valley of Siddim, the Salt Sea, for 12 years. 12 years, they had been subject to Kedorlaomer, but in the 13th year, they rebelled. In the 14th year, Kedorlaomer and the kings alive with him went out and defeated the Repaint in Telos, Kamaim, the Jujites in Ham, the Emites in Sebek, Kiriothim, and the Horites in the hill country of Seir, as far as Elbaran near the desert. Then they turned back and went to En Mishpet, that is Kadesh, and they conquered the whole territory of the Amalek, Amal, Amalekites, as well as the Amorites, who were living in Hazazen, Tamar. Then the king of Sodom, the king of Gomorrah, the king of Edma, the king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, that is Jor, marched out and drew up their battle lines in the valley of Siddim against Kedar Loimer, king of Elam, Tidal, king of Goim, Amrapel, king of Shinar, and Ariok, king of Elasar, for kings against the five. Now the valley of Siddim was full of tar pits, and when the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, some of the men fell into them, and the rest fell to the hills. The four kings seized all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their food. Then they went away. They also carried over Abraham's nephew Lot and his possessions, since he was arriving in Sodom. One who had escaped came and reported this to Abraham the Hebrew. Now Abraham was arriving near the great tears of Mamre, the Amorite brother of is Eshikoi, and Aner, all of whom were lived with Abraham. When Abraham heard that his relative had been taken captive, he called out 318 trained men born in his household and went in pursuit as far as Dan. During the night, Abraham divided his men to attack them, and he routed them, pursuing them as far as Hobah, north of Damascus. He recovered all the goods and brought back his relative Lord and his possessions, together with the woman and the other people. After Abraham returned from defeating Kedorlaomer and the kings arrived with him, the king of Sodom came out to meet him in the valley of Shebel. That is the king's valley. Then Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. He was a priest of God Most High, and he blessed Abraham, saying, "Blessed by Abraham by God Most High, the creator of heaven and earth, and blessed be God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your head." Then Abraham gave him a tenth of everything. The king of Sodom said to Abraham, "Give me the people and keep the goods for yourself." But Abraham said to the king of Sodom, "I have raised my hand to the Lord, God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and have taken on oath that I will accept nothing belonging to you, not even through or the tongue of sandal, so that you will never be able to say, 'I made Abraham rich.' I will accept nothing but what my men have eaten and share that belongs to the man who went with me to honor is Iskor, Ishikor, and Mamre. Let them have their share." After this, the word of the Lord came to Abraham in a vision. "Do not be afraid, Abraham. I am your shield. Your very great reward." But Abraham said, "O sovereign Lord, what can you give me since I remain childless and the one who will inherit inherit my uh, my estate is Eliezer of Damascus. 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 And Abram said, "You have given me no children, so servant in my household will be my heir." Then the word of the Lord came to him, "This man will not be your heir, but a son coming from your own body will be your heir." He took him outside and said, "Look up at the heavens and count the stars. If indeed you can count them." Then he said to him, "So shall your offspring be." Abraham believed the Lord, and he credited it to him as right righteousness. He also said to him, "I am the Lord who brought you out of Ur of the Chaldeans to give you this land to take possession of it." But Abraham said, "Oh, sibling Lord, how can I know that I will gain possession of it?" So the Lord said to him, bring me a helper, a goat and a ram, each 3 years old, among with a dove and a young pigeon. Abraham brought all these to him, cut them into and arranged the halves opposite each other the birds. However, he did not cut in help. Then birds probably came down on the Caucasus, but Abraham drove them away. As the sun was setting, Abraham fell into a deep sleep, and thick and critical darkness came over him. Then the Lord said to him, know for certain that your descendants will be strangers in a country not their own, and they will be enslaved and mistreated 400 years. But I'll punish the nation they serve as slaves, and afterward they will come out with great possessions. You, however, will go to your fathers in peace and be bride at a good old age. In the fourth generation, your descendants will come back here, for the sin of the Amorites has not yet reached its full measure. When the sun had set and darkness had fallen, a smoking fire pot with a blazing torch appeared and passed between the pieces. On that day, the Lord made a covenant with Abraham and said, to your descendants I give this land from the river of Egypt to the great river, the Euphrates, the land of the Kenites, Kenizzites, Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Repaites, Amorites, Canaanites, Girgashites, and Jebusites. Now Sarai, Abraham, a wife, had born him no children, but she had an Egyptian maid servant named Hara. So she said to Abraham, the Lord has kept me from having children. Go sleep with my maid servant. Perhaps I can build a family through her. Abraham agreed to what Sarah said. So after Abraham had been living in Canaan 10 years, Sarah, his wife, took her Egyptian maid servant Hagar and gave her to her husband to be his wife. He slept with Hagar. And she conceived when she knew she was pregnant. She began to despise her mistress. Then Sarai said to Abraham, "You are responsible for the wrong I am suffering. I put my servant in your arms, and now that she knows she is pregnant, she despises me. May the Lord judge between you and me. Your servant is in your hands." Abraham said, "Do with her whatever you think best." Then Sarah mistreated Hagar, so she parted from her. The angel of the Lord found Hagar near a spring in the spring in the desert. It was the spring that is beside the road to Sur. And he said, "Hagar, servant of Sarah, where have you come from, and where are you going?" "I am running away from my mistress Sarai," she answered. Then the angel of the Lord told her, "Go back to your mistress and submit to her." The angel added, "I will so increase your descendants that they will be too numerous to count." The angel of the Lord also said to her, "You are now with child, and you will have a son. You shall name him Ismael, for the Lord has heard of your misery. He will be a wild donkey of a man. His hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand against him. And he will live in hostility toward all his brothers." She gave this name to the Lord who spoke to her, "You are the God who sees me." For she said, "I've now seen the one who sees me." That is why the well was called Beer Lahai Loi. It is still there between Kadesh and Bered. So Hagar bore Abraham a son, and Abraham gave the name Ismael to the son she had born. Abraham was 86 years old when Hagar bore him Ismael. When Abraham was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to him and said, I am God Almighty. Walk before me and be blameless. I will compile my covenant between me and you and will greatly increase your numbers. Abraham fell face down, and God said to him, as for me, this is my covenant with you. You will be the father of many names. No longer will you be called Abram. Your name will be Abraham. For I have made you a father of many nations. I will make you very fruitful. I will make nations of you, and kings will come from you. I will establish my covenant as an everlasting covenant between me and you and your descendants after you for the generations to come, to be your God and the God of your descendants for you. After you, the whole land of Canaan, where you are now an lion, I will give as an everlasting possession to you and your descendants after you, and I will be their God. Then God said to Abraham, as for you, you must keep my covenant, you and your descendants after you for the generations to come. This is my covenant with you and your descendants after you, the covenant you are to keep. Every male among you shall be circumcised. You are to undergo circumcision, and it will be the sign of the government between me and you for the generations to come. Every male among you who is 8 days old must be circumcised, including those born in your household, or bought with money from a foreigner. Those who are not your offspring, whether born in your household or bought with your money, they must be circumcised. My covenant in your flesh is to be an everlasting covenant. An uncircumcised male who had not been circumcised in the flesh will be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant. God also said to Abraham, as for Sarai, your wife, you are not longer to call her Sarai. Her name will be Sarah. I will bless her and will surely give you a son by her. I will bless her so that she will be the mother of nations. Kings of peoples will come from her. Abraham fell face down. He wrote and said to himself, "Will a son be born to a man 100 years old? Will Sarah be a child at the age of 90?" And Abraham said to God, if only Ismael might arrive under your blessing." Then God said, "Yes, but your wife Sarah will bear you a son, and you will call him Isaac. I will establish is- establish my covenant with him as an everlasting covenant for his descendants after him. And as for Ismael, I have heard you. I will surely bless him. I will make him fruitful and will greatly increase his numbers. He will be the father of 12 rulers, and I will make him into a great nation. But my covenant will establish with Isaac, whom Sarah will bear to you by this time next year. When he had finished speaking with Abra, Abraham, God went up from him. On the very day, Abraham took his son Ismael and all those born in his household or bought with his money every male in his household and circumcised them as God told him. Abraham was 99 years old when he was circumcised, and his son Ismael was 13. Abraham and his son Ismael were both circumcised on the same day, and every male in Abraham's household, including those born in his household, were both from foreigner polygonal was circumcised with him. The Lord appeared to Abraham near the great trees of Mamre while he was sitting at the entrance to his tent in the heat of the day. Abraham looked up and saw three men standing nearby. When he saw them, he hurried from the entrance of his tent to meet them and bowed low to the ground. He said, "If I have found favor in your eyes, my Lord, do not pass your servant by. Let a little water be brought, and then you may all wash your feet and rest under his tree. Let me get you something to eat so you can be refreshed and then go on your way now that you have come to your servant." "Very well," they answered, "Do as you say." So Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah. "Quick," he said, "get 3 sheets of fine flour and knead eat and bake some bread. Then he ran to the herd and selected a choice, tender faithful, and gave it to a servant who hurried to prepare it. He then brought some curd and milk and careful that had been prepared and set these before them while they are, he stood near them under a tree. Where is your wife, Sarah? They asked him. There, in the tent, he said. Then the Lord said, I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah, your wife, will have a son. Now Sarah was listening at the entrance to the tent, which was behind him. Abraham and Sarah were already old and well advanced in years, and Sarah was past the age of child bearing. So Sarah wrote to herself as she thought. After I am worn out and my master is old, will I now have this pleasure? Then the Lord said to Abraham, why did Sarah laugh and say, will I already have a child now that I am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return to you at the appointed time next year, and Sarah will have a son. Sarah was afraid, so she lied and said, I did not laugh. But he said, yes, you did laugh. When the men got up to leave, they looked down toward Sodom, and Abraham walked along with them to see them on their way. Then the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do? Abraham will surely become a greater and powerful nation, and all nations on earth will be blessed through him. For I have chosen him so that he will direct his children and his household after him to keep this way of the Lord by doing what is right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him. Then the Lord said, the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great and their sin so grievous that I will go down and see if what they have done is as bad as the outcry that has reached me. If not, I will now. The men turned away and went toward Sodom, but Abraham remained standing before the Lord. The Abraham approached him and said, will you sweep away the righteous with the wicked? What if there are 50 righteous people in the city. Will you really sweep it away and not spare the place for the sake of the 50 righteous people in it? Far be it from you to do such a thing. To kill the righteous with the wicked, treating the righteous and the wicked alike. Far be it from you, will not the jungle of all the earth do right. The Lord said, if I find 50 righteous, proper people in the city of Sodom, I will spare the whole place for their sake. Then Abraham spoke up again. Now that I have been so bold as to speak to the Lord, through I am nothing but dust and ashes. What if the number of the righteous is fabulous? Then 50. Will you destroy the whole city because of live people? If I found 45 there, he said, I will not destroy it. Once again, he spoke to him. What if only, he said, for the sake of 40, I will not do it. Then he said, may the Lord not be angry, but let me speak. What if only they can be found 3. He answered, I will not do it if I found 30 there. Abraham said, now that I have been so bold as to speak to the Lord, but if only 20 can be found there. He said, for the sake of 20, I will not destroy it. Then he said, may the Lord not be angry, but let me speak just once more. But if only then can found there. He answered, for the sake of 10, I will not destroy. When the Lord had finished speaking with Abraham, he left and Abraham returned home. 성경공부 429회 방송은 여기까지 하고 종료하겠습니다. 창세기 18장까지 읽어보았습니다. 주기도문 기도하고 방송을 끝내겠습니다. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be our name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. 시청해 주신 분께 감사드리겠습니다. 다음에 성경 창세기 19장부터 다시 공부해 보겠습니다. 시청해 주신 분께 감사드리겠습니다. 안녕히 계세요.